Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Finn, Steffi Forrester, and the tragic fate of Luna Noah on The Bold and the Beautiful. Emotions are running high. Secrets are simmering beneath the surface, and the fallout from this gut-wrenching storyline could reshape relationships in ways we never saw coming. Let's unpack the layers of this devastating saga. From Finn's profound grief to the cracks forming in his marriage with Steffi, and speculate on the shocking twists that might still lie ahead. Finn's heartbreak over Luna's tragic end. The news of Luna Nazawa's apparent demise has sent shockwaves through the Forrester and Logan families. But no one is more shattered than John Finn Finnegan. Having only recently discovered that Luna was his biological daughter, Finn had barely begun to process this life-altering revelation when tragedy struck. The depth of his sorrow is palpable, reminiscent of the turmoil he experienced during the infamous sugar stabbing incident involving Sheila Sharp. Back then, Finn was torn apart by the belief that Steffi had ended his birth mother's life, grappling with a storm of conflicting emotions. Now history seems to be repeating itself as Finn mourns the loss of another piece of his hearth's new-found daughter. The painful irony is not lost on him. Both times, the women closest to him have been entangled in the loss of his family. Finn's grief is compounded by the haunting question of whether things could have turned out differently if only certain choices had been made earlier. Could he have saved Luna if he had fought harder to build a bond with her? This lingering doubt threatens to consume him as he navigates the dark waters of loss. Steffi's role in the escalating conflict. As Finn wrestles with his anguish, a storm of blame seems to be brewing with Steffi Forrester at the center of it. While it was Liam Spencer who ultimately pulled the trigger in the fatal encounter with Luna, Finn might hold Steffi partially accountable for the circumstances that led to such a violent outcome. From the moment the DNA test confirmed Luna as Finn's daughter, Steffi had been resolute in her opposition to any relationship forming between the two. Her protective instincts as a wife and mother clashed with Finn's yearning to connect with his child, creating a rift that only deepened with time. Finn may now look back and wonder if Steffi's hardline stance refusing even the smallest gestures like a casual coffee outing with Luna pushed his daughter to her breaking point. Luna, desperate for any shred of acknowledgement from her father, might have felt utterly rejected by the wall Steffi had built her own Finn. This sense of abandonment could have been the spark that ignited Luna's unraveling, driving her to desperate and dangerous measures in a bid for attention or revenge. Finn's mind might swirl with Wattis. What if Steffi had shown just a sliver of compassion? Could that have changed the tragic trajectory of Luna's life? A fatal confrontation at the beach house. The tension reached its boiling point during a harrowing standoff at the beach house where Steffi's attire and her lack of tact may have sealed Luna's fate. Armed and emotionally unstable, Luna confronted Steffi in a moment charged with raw desperation. Yet instead of de-escalating the situation with careful words, Steffi chose to stand her ground, delivering harsh truths that only fueled Luna's fury. She spoke of prison and adamantly declared that Luna would never have a place in Finn's life stance that, while honest, was dangerously ill-timed. Why didn't Steffi attempt to soothe Luna's frayed nerves with a false promise of reconciliation, even if just to buy time? In the heat of the moment, a simple lie about supporting a father-daughter bond might have calmed Luna enough to prevent the catastrophic outcome. Instead, Steffi's unyielding approach seemed to provoke Luna further, pushing an already unhinged individual past the point of no return. Finn, looking back on this pivotal encounter, might struggle to forgive Steffi for what he perceives as a reckless handling of the crisis. While Steffi's intentions may have been to protect her family, her words became a match tossed into a powder keg, and the explosion that followed left irreversible damage in its wake. the strain on Finn and Steffi's marriage as the dust settles from Luna's tragic ender. So it seems Finn is left to grapple with not only the loss of his daughter, but also the growing resentment he feels towards Steffi. The grief of losing Luna, a child he barely had the chance to know, is a heavy burden on his shoulders. And it's made heavier by the belief that Steffi's rejection of Luna contributed to her downward spiral. This bitterness could become a wedge between the couple, driving a chasm into their one solid marriage. Finn might question whether Steffi's refusal to accept Luna stemmed from jealousy, mistrust, or simply an inability to embrace his complicated family history. Their late-night conversations, once filled with shared dreams and laughter, may now be stained with accusations and unspoken regrets. Steffi, on the other hand, might feel unjustly blamed for a situation that spiraled beyond anyone's control. She could argue that her priority was always to safeguard their children and their life together, even if that meant making tough, unpopular decisions. Yet Finn's pain might blind him to her perspective, leaving their relationship teetering on the edge of collapse. Will they find a way to heal together? Or will Luna's death become the breaking point that shatters their bond? A twist of fate. Is Luna really gone? Just when it seems that Luna's story has reached its tragic conclusion, whispers of deception begin to surface, casting doubt on the finality of her demise. Although Luna reportedly doesn't survive the critical surgery following the beach house incident, there are hints that her death might not be as it appears. Lee Finnegan, Finn's mother and a master of manipulation, could be orchestrating a grand ruse to protect or perhaps control narratives surrounding her granddaughter. Lee has always been a schemer, unafraid to bend the truth to suit her agenda. And it's entirely plausible that she might fake Luna's death to shield Finn from further pain, or to keep certain secrets buried. Perhaps Lee believes that Luna's unstable behavior poses a continued threat to the family, and staging her death is the only way to ensure peace. Alternatively, she might be heading Luna away for rehabilitation, hoping to reintroduce her into Finn's life at a later, more stable time. Whatever her motives, Lee's potential trickery adds a thrilling layer of intrigue to an already emotional storyline. Finn remains in the dark for now, mourning a loss that might not even be real. But the truth has a way of resurfacing in the world of the bold and the beautiful. Fans are buzzing with speculation about whether Luna's appearance is scheduled for September's signal or resurrection or a revelation of Lee's manations. The ripple effects of Luna's story. Beyond finance Steffi, Luna's supposed passing sends shockwaves through the extended families and friendships that define the BNB universe. Liam Spencer, who fired the fatal shot, might wrestle with guilt over his role in the tragedy, even if his actions were driven by the need to protect others. His relationship with Hope Logan could face new strains as they navigate the moral complexities of what transpired. Meanwhile, the Forrester family might rally around Steffi, offering her unwavering support, while others quietly question if her inflexibility played a part in pushing Luna to such extremes. Rich Forrester, ever the patriarch, may step in to mediate between Finn and Steffi, urging them to find common ground amidst their grief. On the other side, Bill Spencer, who had his own complicated ties to Luna through her mother, Poppy, might feel renewed sense of responsibility to uncover the truth about her fate. Every character touched by Luna's brief but impactful presence is left to ponder how such a young life could end so abruptly, or if the story is truly over. The interconnected web of loyalties, rivalries, and secrets ensures that Luna's legacy will continue to influence the drama for months to come. Next, we will delve into the explosive and emotionally charged events that unfolded in the latest episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. Bloodshed, sacrifice, and undying love collided in a heart-topping sequence that left fans reeling. From Luna's violent rampage to Liam Spencer's ultimate act of heroism, this storyline has gripped us with its raw intensity. Let's explore the chaos at the beach house, dissect the motivations behind each character's actions, and ponder the profound implications of Liam's possibly final stand for Steffi Forrester. Brace yourselves for a deep dive into this unforgettable chapter of drama, heartbreak, and devotion. The serene setting of the beach house became a battlefield in Tuesday's jaw-dropping episode, as violence erupted in a way that the bold and the beautiful has rarely seen. Luna Noah, driven by a dangerous mix of desperation and instability, unleashed chaos when she targeted Sheila Sharp with a gunshot to the foot. The piercing scream that followed was only the beginning of a horrifying ordeal that would ensnare several beloved characters. As the situation spiraled out of control, Steffi Forrester found herself trapped in Luna's crosshairs, her life hanging by a thread. The tension was suffocating, with every passing second feeling like an eternity, as Luna wielded her weapon with unhinged fury. The once inviting beach house, a place of solace and romance, was transformed into a scene of terror, with blood staining the floors and fear etched on every face. This was no ordinary conflict. It was a brutal reminder of how quickly passion can turn to peril in the world of B&B. The echoes of gunfire reverberated through the air, setting the stage for a rescue mission that would change everything. Liam Spencer's heroic intervention. In a moment of sheer bravery, Liam Spencer emerged as the unlikely savior amidst the carnage. Already battling a terminal brain, Tamora's secret he had kept hidden from Manium arrived at the beach house just as the situation reached its deadly peak. His heart raced not for his own dwindling life, but for Steffi, the woman he has loved through countless storms. Seeing her in grave danger at the hands of Luna ignited a fierce determination within him. Despite his weakened state, Liam charged into the fray with a singular focus to protect Steffi at all costs. He wrestled the gun from Luna's grip in a struggle that seemed to defy his failing body, but not before she landed a critical shot to his chest. Blood seeped through his shirt as he staggered backward, pain flashing across his face. Yet his resolve never wavered. This wasn't just about survival. It was about ensuring Steffi's safety, even if it meant sacrificing his last moments. Liam's actions painted a poignant picture of a man who, facing his own mortality, chose to go out as a protector rather than a victim. A poetic and tragic sacrifice. As Liam lay wounded on the cold floor, the gravity of his condition became heartbreakingly clear. With every labored breath, he fought to stay conscious, his hand trembling as it reached for the gun once more. Sheila, ever the opportunist, even in crisis, created a momentary distraction that gave Liam the opening he needed. In a haunting declaration, he muttered, "I'm already a dead man," before firing a fatal shot into Luna's stomach, ending her rampage. The weight of those words lingered in the air, a chilling acknowledgement of his terminal illness and the poetic justice he sought in his final act. Collapsing once again, Liam's fading gaze fixed on Steffi as he whispered, "Steffi's safe," before slipping into unconsciousness. Was this a coma, or could be preparing to bid farewell to one of its most iconic characters? The scene was both gory and deeply romantic, a testament to Liam's unwavering devotion. His willingness to trade his remaining time for Steffi's life spoke volumes about the depth of his feelings, intertwining tragedy with a strange beauty that left viewers breathless. Liam's ultimate proof of love for Steffi. This heroic act was more than just a moment of bravery. It was a resounding declaration of where Liam's heart truly lies. Throughout his tumultuous romantic history, Liam has been caught in a love triangle between Steffi and Hope Logan, with his loyalties often questioned. Yet in this critical juncture, there was no ambiguity. Liam's readiness to take a bullet for Stevie surpassed any gesture he had ever made for Hope or anyone else. And like past confrontations, as his hesitance to fully risk himself against Thomas Forres's dangerous antics decision here was instantaneous and absolute. His mind held no thought of self-preservation. Stevie's safety was his sole priority and North Star guiding his final actions. This wasn't just about playing the hero, though Liam has always relished that role. It was a profound testament to a bond that has endured heartbreak, separation, and countless obstacles. As he lay there, potentially breathing his last, Liam cemented his legacy as the man who loved Stevie enough to give everything for her. Contrasting Finn's failures to protect, Liam's sacrifice casts a stark light on the shortcomings of Finn Finnegan and Stevie's life, particularly when it comes to shielding her from danger. While Finn has undoubtedly saved Stevie in the past, their marriage has been plagued by his inability to insulate her from the chaos of his own family. From Sheila Sharp's relentless schemes to Luna's violent breakdown, Finn's ties to his volatile relatives have repeatedly placed Steffi in harm's way. Fans have watched as Steffi endured one threat after another, often feeling and supported by Finn's divided loyalties. In contrast, Liam's singular focus in his final moments with Stevie's well-being and married by conflicting allegiances or hesitation. This disparity might weigh heavily on Stevie as she processes the events at the beach house. Could this be the moment that shifts her perspective on who truly prioritizes her safety above all else? Finn's love for Stevie is undeniable, but his track record pales next to Liam's ultimate act of valor, potentially stirring unresolved feelings in Stevie's heart. The emotional fallout and lingering questions. The aftermath of this bloody encounter leaves a tapestry of emotional wreckage for the characters to navigate. Steffi, now safe but shaken to her core, must grapple with the reality that Liam may have given his life for hers. The guilt and gratitude she feels could reignite old flames or deepen her resolve to honor his sacrifice by reevaluating her future. Hope, meanwhile, might face a complex wave of emotions, or for Liam's condition, mixed with an unspoken ache over his clear devotion to Steffi. Sheila, ever the survivor, will likely spin this tragedy to her advantage, though her own wounds and the loss of Luna add layers of grief to her scheming nature. And what of Liam himself? As he lingers in what appears to be a coma, the question looms. Will the bold and the beautiful dare to kill off such a pivotal figure? Or is there a miraculous recovery on the horizon? The uncertainty keeps fans on edge, desperate to see if Liam's story ends in tragedy or defies the odds once more. Every character touched by this event is left to ponder love, loss, and the price of heroism. Next, we will immerse ourselves in the electrifying drama that unfolded on The Bold and the Beautiful, alongside a refreshing glimpse into the off-screen life of one of our favorite stars, Tanner Nolan, who plays Finn. On-screen, chaos reigns as a violent confrontation involving Luna, Sheila, and Liam leaves lives hanging in the balance, while Finn rushes to the scene to salvage what he can. Off-screen, Nolan escapes the intensity of the soap world with a dreamy vacation in Melora, Spain, alongside his wife, Kayla Yule. Join us as we explore the gripping events at the heart of the latest B&B episode and take a sun-soaked journey through Navlin's Pictures getaway filled with stunning vistas, cultural delights, and well-deserved relaxation. Chaos unleashed in a deadly struggle. The latest episode of The Bold and the Beautiful delivered a pulse-pounding spectacle that had fans gripping their seats in suspense. At the center of the storm was Luna Nizoa, whose unraveling emotions led to a violent outburst that no one saw coming. In a desperate grapple over a firearm, Luna's instability manifested in a shocking axe fired a shot that struck Sheila sharp in the foot, sending a ripple of panic through the room. The sharp cry of pain from Sheila was only the beginning of a spiraling nightmare, as the scene quickly escalated into a life or death struggle. Blood stained the floor, and the air was thick with terror as Luna's actions threatened to claim even more victims. This wasn't just a skirmish. It was a full-blown catastrophe that painted a stark picture of how fragile peace can be in the tumultuous world of B&B. The beach house, often a sanctuary for romance and reflection, became a harrowing battleground where every moment teetered on the edge of tragedy, setting the stage for a heroic intervention that would change everything. Liam's courageous stand and devastating fall. Enter Liam Spencer, a man whose bravery shone through in the darkest of moments, turning the tide of the violent encounter. Bursting into the chaos with a heart full of determination, Liam threw himself into the fray, engaging Luna in a desperate tussle over the gun that had already wreaked havoc. But the price was steep. In the struggle, Luna managed to pull the trigger, sending a bullet tearing into Liam's chest. The impact sent him reeling, blood pooling beneath him as he fought against the searing pain. Yet even as his strength waned, Liam's resolve did not. With a final surge of willpower, he returned fire, striking Luna and ending her rampage before collapsing to the ground. The sight of Liam, motionless and pale, left an indelible mark on viewers, raising the gut-wrenching question: could this be then for one of B&B's most beloved characters? His act of valor was both heroic and heartbreaking, a testament to the lengths he'd go to save others, even as his own life hung by a thread. Finn's last-minute arrival to the carnage. As the dust of the violent clash began to settle, John Finn Finnegan arrived at the scene, stepping into a nightmare of bloodshed and despair. The sight that greeted him was nothing short of horrifying. Sheila wounded, Luna down, and Liam seemingly lifeless on the floor. Finn's medical instincts kicked into overdrive, his training as a doctor propelling him into action despite the emotional toll of witnessing such devastation. With steady hands and a racing heart, he likely moved to assess injuries, prioritizing who needed immediate care in a moment where every second counted. Finn's late entrance added a layer of tension to an already fraught situation. Could he save the lives hanging in the balance, or would he be forced to bear the weight of loss? His presence injected a glimmer of hope into the chaos. Yet the grim reality of the injuries before him hinted at challenges that even his expertise might not overcome. For fans, Finn's arrival was a bittersweet moment, blending the promise of rescue with the dread of potential tragedy. Tanner Nolan's blissful escape to Mallorca. While Finn grapples with life and death stakes on screen, Tanner Nolan, the talented actor behind the character, has taken a well-earned break from the drama to recharge in paradise. Nevlin recently whisked away to the enchanting village of Mallorca, Spain, and the heart of the Barracollans, accompanied by his stunning wife Hayley Ewell. Sharing glimpses of their idyllic getaway through to captivating Instagram posts, Nelvin offered fans a window into a world far removed from the intensity of B&B. In his first post caption, "No cell reception," he hinted at a true escape from the digital tether, immersing himself fully in the serene surroundings. Pictures and videos showcase the couple savoring adult beverages under the golden Mediterranean sun, cruising on a boat with close friends, and soaking in the crystalline waters that shimmered like glass. The breathtaking cliffs, possibly those of Sacalabra, loom majestically in the background of one photo. Their rugged beauty is stark contrast to the chaos of Finn's world. Another snapshot captured a vibrant fish mural adorning a wall in Mallorca, a nod to the island's deep-rooted fishing heritage that permeates every corner of local life. Their stay at a luxurious coastal resort, evident in a panoramic shot of whitewashed buildings against the azure sea, completed the portrait of pure relaxation, sun, sangria, and sweet moments. Nilvin's second Instagram update, captioned with a playful sun in sangria, painted an even richer picture of their Mallorca adventure, brimming with joy and connection. The couple and their friends indulged in the resort's luxurious amenities, lounging by the pool with frosty drinks in hand and dining on sumptuous meals as the ocean breezed their skin. Photos captured carefree moments of laughter over shared plates of tapas, the vibrant colors of Spanish cuisine mirroring the lively spirit of the island. One clip showed Nolan and Yule swaying to music under a starlit sky. Their dance, a sweet reminder of the bond that anchors them amidst their busy lives. A whimsical image of Navlin enjoying a melting ice cream cone in the warm afternoon sun brought a relatable charm to their journey, while another photo featured a friend showcasing an enormous spiny lobster, also known as a rock lobster, distinct for its lack of large front claws and emblematic of Mallorca's seafood bounty. Their exploration extended beyond the resort, with snapshots of bustling beachside celebrations where locals and tourists alike waved giant sparklers. Their light dancing against the night-like fleeting dreams. Each moment Novel shared was a testament to the healing power of stepping away, a chance to savor life's simple pleasures far from the scripted turmoil of B&B, a peek into Mallorca's cultural tapestry. Beyond the personal snapshots, Navlin's posts inadvertently offered a love letter to Mallorca itself, a destination steeped in history and natural wonder. The Barrack Islands, with Mallorca as their crown jewel, are renowned for their blend of rugged landscapes and vibrant traditions, elements that shimmered through in every image. The towering cliffs of Sacalabra, if indeed captured in his photos, are a hidden gem often sought by adventurers for their dramatic descent to a secluded cove, a testament to the island's untamed allure. The fish mural, likely spotted in a quaint fishing village, reflects a way of life that has sustained Mallorca's communities for centuries, where the sea is both provider and muse. Coastal resorts like the one hosting Novel and Annual embody the island's modern charm, offering a sanctuary of luxury while preserving the laid-back spirit of Mediterranean culture. Even the sparklers on the beach inn at Mallorca's festive soul, where nightly gatherings celebrate life with light and laughter. For fans, these glimpses are more than just vacation photos. They are an invitation to appreciate the world beyond the screen, a reminder of the beauty that awaits when the cameras stop rolling, balancing drama and downtime. As we soak in the sun-drenched snapshots of Tanner Novlin's idyllic escape, the contrast to the turmoil his character Finn faces on the bold and the beautiful couldn't be more striking. While Finn navigates the emotional wreckage left in the wake of Luna's violent descent, Novlin finds calm in the serene waters of Mallorca, a perfect example of the dual worlds an actor must balance. This isn't just a vacation. It's a much-needed reset, a moment of stillness that allows Noblin to return to the set recharged and ready to dive back into Finn's harrowing arc. Fans are loving the way he effortlessly shifts from playing a life-saving hero in chaos to embracing peace and joy with his real-life loved ones. What do you think of Novlin's Mallorca retreat? Does his ability to unplug inspire you? And what are your predictions for Finn's next move after the beach house flood bath?